In 1968, an orangutan named Fu Manchu kept escaping from his enclosure at the Omaha Zoo. His keepers were baffled when again and again, Fu Manchu and his family were found sitting in the tree directly outside their enclosure. Eventually, he got out so many times that the head keeper hid behind some bushes to watch Fu Manchu and find out where he was escaping. He saw Fu Manchu make his way to the door to the furnace room. Once he was there, he started fumbling with the lock, and he actually unlocked the door. After this, the keepers felt confident that they could keep him contained. They knew how he was getting out. So every day, they'd go in the enclosure and take out any sticks or bits of metal that could be used to pick a lock. But Fu Manchu kept getting out. It was a mystery until one day someone saw something shiny sticking out of Fu Manchu's mouth. And when they went over and opened up his lips, they found he had a piece of metal bent into a horseshoe shape. He had fashioned a key, and he was hiding it on his person at all times. This story certainly proves the intelligence of orangutans, and Fu Manchu was actually inducted as an honorary member into the American Association of Locksmiths. Inspired me to learn more about orangutans. As I started researching them, I found out about their endangerment. Both species of orangutans are endangered, while one species is critically endangered. I was shocked that these creatures that are so intelligent and aware are so close to extinction. And there were more like Fu Manchu. There's Toan. Toan lives at the Seattle Woodland Park Zoo, and he loves to draw. His keepers simply hand him chalk or paint and ask him, "Where's your toothbrush?" and uses his toothbrush as a paintbrush. And he'll sit for hours coloring and drawing, showing a remarkable focus and ability to concentrate that is inherited from his highly functioning brain. In Camp Leakey in Borneo, orangutans who have been in captivity are released into a sanctuary to be free. These orangutans show an ability to mimic humans, and without being trained, they do things like row boats, as this guy is here. They hammer nails in wood, and they even like to wash socks. Ingenuity is not limited to orangutans who have been in contact with humans, as wild orangutans are well known for their tool use. Wild orangutans will use sticks to get at honey and ants that are in trees, and they'll use leaves for a multitude of things. They make hats, as this guy shows here, and they use leaves as umbrellas when it's raining. And their favorite fruit is the durian, and it's kind of spiky, so they like to use leaves to handle it. And they even use leaves as toilet paper. As far as family structure, orangutans are closest with their mothers. Orangutan babies will spend up to 8 years with their mothers, dependent on her while their large brain develops. And although adults live primarily solitary lives, many female orangutans have home ranges that overlap with their mothers, so as to always be in contact. These similarities between us are not coincidental, as we are of the same genetic family, and we share about 97% of our DNA with orangutans. The larger primate family is comprised of monkeys, which have tails, which are like tamarins and capuchins, lesser apes, which are gibbons, and great apes, which are gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, bonobos, and, of course, us, humans. Yet sadly, despite our family ties, the endangerment of orangutans is largely due to human forces. The primary danger to orangutans is the palm oil business. Orangutans are found in Borneo, or in Indonesia and Malaysia, on the islands of Borneo and Sumatra. These are the only places in the world where orangutans are found in the wild. And orangutans have spent millions of years evolving to this intricate ecosystem. And so while man destroys this ecosystem of these relatively small islands, he has shaken the foundation of the orangutan's entire world. Palm oil is huge business in these temperate East Asian islands, and about 85% of the world's crude palm oil is supplied by Malaysia and Indonesia. And only about 8% of this is certified as sustainably sourced. Sustainably sourced palm oil means that the palm oil comes from plantations that do not cut into the forest, while unsustainable palm oil comes from plantations that do cut into the forest. This is what deforestation looks like. This landscape obviously cannot support orangutan life, and the years that orangutans have spent evolving is now worth nothing, as they're put to the impossible test of living in unlivable conditions. Palm oil plantations like these swallow up more of the forest each day in order to spit it out into ordered rows of potted plants. Orangutans become stranded on these plantations and are either shot at by plantation workers, die of exposure, or rescued, as this orangutan is here. This crisis is known as the human-wildlife conflict, and it occurs when human urbanization comes in conflict with the environment and wild animals come in conflict with human urbanization. As the forest grows more urban due to towns and plantations growing, locals come to view orangutans as pests, and orangutans are shot at, burned from trees, and otherwise harassed due to the development of their forests. Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. This quote is from Lilo and Stitch, and I think it's very relevant to the orangutan crisis. Orangutans are our family. We share the large majority of our DNA with them, and we simply cannot leave them behind to go extinct. We must take them with us into the world of tomorrow. So how do we do this? We can support organizations that are working on the ground level in Borneo and Sumatra. These organizations are replanting forests, securing land for sanctuaries, and working with the locals to promote awareness and respect towards the orangutans. We can also go to Borneo and Sumatra. Ecotourism provides economic incentive for countries to protect their environment and wild animals, and it's an amazing experience for us to see one of our closest cousins free in the wild. Although we may live far away from the orangutans, our everyday actions have real implications on their lives. We are all truly and unwittingly supporting the destruction of the orangutan habitat through our purchases of products that contain unsustainable palm oil. The most influential thing that we as consumers can do is to harness the power of our money. It simply takes awareness. We must find out what we're buying and where our ingredients are coming from. Palm oil is in many things: foods, cosmetics, and soaps, to name a few. And it's not simply about boycotting. We must reach out to the companies that are using unsustainable palm oil and let them know that we care how our palm oil is being sourced. Consumer pressure has already shaped some large brands' palm oil use, and we could be the major force behind changing them all. It's about each and every one of us and the decisions that we make. Orangutans are our Ohana, and Ohana means no one gets left behind. So let's embrace them. Let's remember Fu Manchu and unlock our compassion. I know we have the capability to bring orangutans forward with us. Humanity can do anything, and we most definitely can be humane. Thank you.